Hey everyone, welcome to another Friday night bee chat. Trying to get things squared away here. Hopefully everybody's had a good time all this week. Not too hot, some humidity here, but I'll go ahead and drop the link in. And it's pinned. At least that, yeah, there he is. Hopefully everybody's, here comes Mr. Bill in. He's invisible. There he is.
Yeah, I'm incognito tonight. I got camouflage on.
You got the camo on. Well, let's say Kathy and Dodd and Dennis and Clay. And Clay, hopefully everything's good for you with the tree going into your house. And Jeremy. And I've seen George Keith in there too, Kathy's husband. There's Billy Lee and Rodney. And we got Dennis. And we got, let's see. We got Rick out there in Nebraska with Block Farm. So how's things with you?
It's wet. It's raining.
Is it raining?
Yeah, we've gotten some good rain here the past couple days.
It's rained here. We got about an inch, I think it was the last time it rained. It's supposed to have something maybe tonight. Scattered showers, if anything.
Yeah. Had a pretty nasty storm go south of us. It came across Harrisonburg and went south, so they got a pretty good rain down there.
I think it's all going to go south of us today.
And then we had one come through just after that one went through Harrisonburg. It rained, and I think it's still drizzly right now. So
Brian out there in Colorado's got rain. That's something they don't get too often, I guess.
yeah.
Hey, Keith. Yeah. Hey, Russell. There's Michael. But anyway, we've gotten about 3 or 4 inches of rain over here the last 3 weeks or so. Hey, Dinah.
Hey, Donna.
And all that. So Roddy said they got rain in Bristol, Virginia.
Yeah, there's been a lot of rain coming through here past few days, so we'll take it. We'll take what we get. Put it that way.
That's what it amounts to.
Yep.
It's making that great. We might get a third cutting of hay off of this stuff right behind me there.
No, I don't think we're going to get a third cutting of hay. It's only about 10, 11 inches tall right now.
Yeah.
So
if it keeps raining, we might.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Kind of doubt it, but it's nice to wish.
We will see. So, doing any bee work last weekend? You said,
yeah.
Sometimes you said you got in and they were up in your face or something.
Oh yeah, they were all over us last weekend. So we're going to give it a try this weekend, and I've got some queens from gardeners, and I've got several hives to requeen. I've got some I'm going to split and put on pallets. So it's going to get done this weekend, period.
Hey, Steve, good to see you, buddy. Haven't seen you for a long time. Thanks for the super chat. Are you out and about traveling? I see you on Facebook all over the place traveling. And yeah, I don't know. I went out here and I had some hives that I put some queens in and put some bee bites on there. So I'll probably go out there tomorrow and put another on the big hives, put a pound on there and put maybe a third of a pound or a half of a pound on the nukes.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, Joe, and do that. And now with the bee, but we were discussing this one, the bee bites versus super DFM. Are that the same thing, or is that, or does bee bites have super DFM in it?
That's a good question. I know they have probiotics in it. I don't know if it's the DFM mixture or not. I can tell you in a second, though. Let me look it up.
I was thought maybe tomorrow afternoon I have some of DFM left and put it in my Steve's got 4 more trips before the end of the year. Mr. Traveling Man himself.
Yeah, he is.
Always having a good party looking time to me.
Well,
I figured maybe I'd go ahead and put super DFM on all the hives, give them a dose, and that kind of stuff.
So the probiotic that's in it is Bacillus bacteria.
Okay.
That is, let me look up the DFM.
Hey, Jack from Wyoming. Hey, Rob. Now, Rob, you're out in south of St. Louis. I thought you guys were getting a tremendous amount of rain. Hey, Randy.
Okay, in the DFM, super DFM, it's 6 different probiotic bacterias. And it's for gut health and strong immunity, digestion, and nutrient absorption.
Hey, Danny. Hey, Dennis. So is one got a little bit more other stuff than the other then? I didn't.
Yeah. The DFM's got more probiotic in it and different types in it. And the bee bites has Bacillus probiotic in it.
Okay, so it's only got one. Plus,
Yeah,
it's got the green stuff. What's it called?
Spirulina.
Spirulina. So, Michael,
DFM has valves. That's what Brian from Flower Street says.
Okay. No, I was just wondering what I was double dosing or whatever.
Well, you're given one that has
3 or 4 types of stuff versus one stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the hives that are building up. I'm trying to give them, I'll say, a nutrition patty. Somebody was there on one of my videos stated that the bee bite, he said pollen patty, but they don't sell a pollen patty.
No, they don't sell a pollen patty.
They might have got mixed up in terminology there, where
Yeah.
he said that they had larvae, you know, beetle larvae or whatever in there. It had melted or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know whether that was the candy bar style or the stuff that I got, the patties, you know that. And it works
well. The beetles will not go after the bee bites.
I've never seen it do it. They, of course, they eat it up faster than they can.
Yeah.
All right, Rob, that's cool. All right, so Michael's got the, what is it called? 802 or 801?
801.
I've never had that. I don't think I quite need that.
No. But I mean, if you live in town or in a heavy agricultural area, you need that. You need that 801.
I mean, we're in agricultural, but I mean, we're just doing hay and.
Yeah, but you're not in a heavy, like I'm in a heavy ag area. And by that, I mean somebody that plants a lot of grain and uses a lot of spray and fungicides. So, you know, that's a heavy ag area. Or if you live in town where people have lawn services come in and cut their lawns, because they're always spraying something. So you need that. You need that 801 additive in the DFM so they can digest the
I mean, my son
pesticides and herbicides.
Yeah,
and pass it through.
He sprays a pre-emergent in the springtime, but
yeah,
other than that, he does more or less. He spread fertilizer right before these last 2 rains we had. That's why that grass is growing good.
Right.
But I have some corn around me, but I don't see them out there, using a drone to spray or anything like that here lately. And I haven't had any ill effects.
Yeah. So it's like they came through here and sprayed for orchard grass in the beans. Because we got a lot of orchard grass growing up in the beans this year for some reason. And it is what it is.
Well, it's Roundup Ready, ain't it?
Yeah, but it's Roundup Ready. That's true, but the orchard grass, it just taking it over.
Sound like 2 crops to me.
Sounds that way, doesn't it?
I'd combine it and come right around and
combine it and then come back and rake it up and make hay off of it.
Make hay off of it. Like I went through one guy's, I was combining the guy's wheat for him, and I said, "You plant clover?" And he says, "No, why?" I said, "Well, get on the combine, go around to the backside of the field, and it's about a foot deep in there."
Yeah.
Of clover, red ball clover.
Yeah, country road, you're right. Most of the soybean and corn is Roundup Ready, but if you've already got a heavy crop of orchard grass in there, it's not gonna. The Roundup Ready beans and corn is not gonna do much for it.
I mean, the Roundup spray won't kill it.
Mm-mm. Not what they put on the beans and everything. It won't kill it. It's not a strong enough coating.
And it says
you got to have rain for it to work. So if you don't have rain, orchard grass will grow in the desert, I think. And if you don't have the rain, it's going to grow. So you can have all the coating you want on the bean and corn. You don't get rain, it ain't going to work.
Yeah. Hey, Minnesota Mike, what's happening? Well, oh well. I mean, it is what it is. I'll apply the product, see what happens, and
Yep.
go with that. It's like I went over the guy that I mentored, and he's over fighting that war, I guess you'd call it, over there in the Middle East. I went over there yesterday to his place and helped his father put some apron guard on and showed him how to do it. And then he went ahead and, started squirting it in 35 grams.
Yeah.
And had to flip some inner covers around to give it some space. Of course, they didn't have any shims. And, all right, getting on the farmer's market. Cool. And got that done. It was about an hour. We were done. Well, what was interesting to me was that's the same guy I went for like 2 weekends in a row. And I pulled nukes out of all his hives with the queen.
Really?
And some of them were getting ready to swarm. There was a ton of swarms down. I can't remember whether I pulled frames out and swapped them around to other hives that didn't have any cells. Well, I went over there and they said, well, there might be, might have to go combine some weak hives and this and that, and I'm like, and I go around, I said, weak hives. I says, every one of these hives has got a beard on it 1 foot long and bees up the front wall. I says, that tells me that they got queens, no problem whatsoever. I mean, they wouldn't be that overabundant if they didn't have a queen.
Right.
And I went in and spot checked it before we put the apron guard on. And sure enough, I mean, I had one frame that really didn't have much in it, but I told him, I said, look, that frame right there on the left, at corner to corner, slab brood. I mean, it's like, put it back in, put the apron guard on. He squirted it. I closed the thing up and on to the next. We were done within an hour. He said, well, you're breezing through this. I said, yeah, we're not having to worry about looking for a queen or anything. All we're doing is, you're trying to smoke the bees down in order for us to get a card on there and all that stuff. So, that looks like mine.
Yeah.
Is that down there next to you?
Yep. For sale.
Wonder why.
I don't know. It's only got 8,100 bales run through it.
Wonder why he's got the shield off of it.
Mm.
Not a bad price.
No.
Looks like my outfit.
Yeah.
It's a 5250, which is one capacity step above ours. Ours is a 4250, but that's a brand new machine. Maybe Tanner's boy will go down there and get that thing.
Never know. I'm always looking for a deal.
Huh?
I'm always looking for a deal.
It's a
You
nice.
never know what you're going to run across.
That was about the price of. I think they wanted $120,000 when we were shopping last year off of Facebook for a used piece. I forget how many bales it was and all. But that's late model, big time.
Yep.
That's the latest machine out as far as a bale bearing goes. And Wish I could get in there and expand it.
So we're going to Georgia, coming back. We're going to West Virginia, and West Virginia is going to have a discount code. Then we're going to Virginia in October, and we're going to EMBA in February. So I've got 3 conferences coming up here pretty quick. So if everybody's interested, we'll have a discount code up for conference attendees. So and shipping is not free.
Hey, Ann.
Hello, Ann.
You eating ice cream, Ann? Well, I've got potato chips right now.
And it's in Culpeper, Virginia, at Germanna University, Germanna Community College. It's in October. You can go on the VSBA website and see.
Oh, that's the one we were. So you're going to that one?
Yeah, I'm going to represent my distributor because he's not going. Well, he can't. He doesn't have anybody that's available to go, so I'm going to represent him and myself.
Yeah, because I've seen that on the what do you call it? The listing of vendors, I guess you would call it.
Yeah,
and they had Shamrock on there.
Yep. Yeah, Michael likes to punish himself. He likes having a lot of windshield time. So I agree. You do. You like to punish yourself.
Why is he going there too?
Oh, he's going to Georgia. He's going to West Virginia. He's got 7 conferences between now and Thanksgiving. And then 4 more after that by March 4th. Are you coming to Virginia, Michael, or are you not coming to Virginia? Yep, Country Roads. I'll see you in Morgantown.
You going to that one too, huh?
Yeah, that's West Virginia. So are you going home between West Virginia and Georgia, Michael? Or what are you going to do? You got a place to stay if you want to stay here before you go to West Virginia. Not going to cost you anything.
And in the
matter of fact, you can come to the store. You might make a few sales.
You say that Barron, it's told it had 80,000 bales run through it.
8,120 something or something like that was what was shown on the meter. There's a picture in there of the meter too, if you can open that up.
I don't think I can. Oh, now I can. Wonder why he's selling it. I mean, that,
Maybe he doesn't like it. I don't know. Contact him. I'm sure he'll tell you.
8128. We love ours. I sent it to my son, and he said, "Well, we might as well run too."
Yeah, I mean, Michael, you can stay here at the house if you want a place to stay and a couple of fresh home cooked meals. That's up to you. Hanley's Homestead. Charlie says, spend that moldy money.
What's that?
Hanley's Homestead said, spend that moldy money, Charlie.
Yeah. I've already spent it.
Yeah, if we made more hay than what we make, Charlie, I'd consider it, but we don't make enough hay.
$8,100 bales on it. Yeah, I had to sell. Son wasn't here today. He went up to get something for his cows. Went up there and got some hay. So what's hay go for down that way? Horse hay or whatever.
Horse hay?
Like square bales.
Oh, square bales? Depends on who you get it from, but anywhere from $10 to $20 a bale.
Hey Brian, yeah, it was $9. He sells for $9, and then if it's second cutting, it's 12.
Yeah, it just depends on who you get it from.
Yeah.
And round bales, the last round bales that we did, we got $65 a bale.
Yeah, because you had that straw or something like that.
And we had straw that went to the Midwest.
Oh, it wasn't 8,100 bales. That's 8,100 bundles.
Oh, okay.
So that's
times
100.
that by 21 to get your bales on your
Yeah,
baler.
you got 170,000 bales.
Yeah, on the baler. Well, that's a lot of bales on a baler
True.
when you think about it.
We're going to be right around 30,000 bales this year.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Or
Yeah, if you just sell them all.
our stuff and custom stuff.
Yeah, but see, your stuff is baby bales to me.
Yeah. Hey, Nancy. Hope things are going well for you. So, Brian, are you going to go out there and speak at Nobby, are you? So, Nancy, have you been walking up your stairs on a daily basis with that new knee or new hip? I figured that, Brian. That's cool. You have a good time too, Chris.
Yeah. You,
I was reading all the comments there.
yeah.
Here's Mr. Joe. There he
Hello.
is.
There he is.
How's things up in northern Pennsylvania?
A little humid today. Warm.
Yeah, a little bit.
I
And
think
this,
been
this
getting some
morning
rain
it
up
was
there,
so
haven't you?
thick. Go ahead, Charlie.
Sorry about that.
Go
Did
ahead.
you hear me, Joe?
Yeah, I was echoing to myself through my headset.
I say here you got a bunch of rain up there. At least it looked like to me on the radar.
Yeah, we've had some pretty good rain. Things are blooming, grass is growing. Had to mow the grass 2 weeks in a row.
Wow.
That was the first.
Yeah.
So how's the bees doing for you?
Actually put some honey supers back on today.
Oh, really?
Yep. And when I took my supers off, I gave all the hives a second deep and threw 'em a gallon of syrup in. And Apricot went back on the second week of Apricot, and they weren't taking the syrup, and they're building Burcombe up um, in the shim. So I finished out the
Wow.
Apigard today, went back through and put supers back on, probably 3/4 of them. Had the top brood box filled, and we're building Burcombe in the shim.
Man.
So I get a little spotted lanternfly.
Have you noticed a lot flying when it comes to spotter lanternfly?
Haven't seen a lot, no. I've talked to some people around me that they said they're getting spotted lanternfly honey. I haven't seen a lot around, but like I said, the top boxes are full, so I might as well throw a super back on and see if I get anything.
Well, what I'm getting at is like around here, the bugs are flying some. I mean, nothing like it was 3 or 4 years ago, where you couldn't walk without getting slammed in the face all the time with them.
Yeah,
Now it's like you'll see one here, one there, a little more frequently, but nothing like there's a million of them.
I haven't seen a lot more the last week or so.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Mm. Anyway, but that's cool. I'm glad to hear that. So you might be getting some honey in, fall honey, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Are you going to extract that spotter lanternfly? You got a sales for that kind of stuff?
Yeah, if I get some, I'll spin it out and bottle it. See what we can do with it.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I was surprised they weren't. I think the yard here at the house, they took down a gallon in like almost 2 weeks. It took them to drink a gallon out of a bucket of syrup. They're just not taking it.
Yeah, I did. I finished up April guard. I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I guess it was. It was the last Saturday of last month, July. And while it was on there, those 3 weeks, I put a quart jar of sugar water on each hive that had that, and that kept those queens laying. I don't think it was, like last year. I didn't do that with April guard on. Hey, Dottie, and uh, I think that there was a dearth more so. Hey, Tom, and they queen shut down because of that, and maybe Abergard helped her to do that. Whereas now it seemed like um, when I fed them, I'll say the sugar water was keep coming in, so she just kept on laying, and didn't affect the taking of the Abergard out. So I think it was more of a dearth situation last year than it was the Abergard. It was so hot and everything.
Yeah, when I started the Apogard and gave them some syrup, it was nasty, nasty, nasty. It was not enjoyable at all. Now for the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they've been real calm and peaceful and easy to work in, and it's night and day.
Yep.
What? I mean, because you put syrup on, it was robbing or what?
They were
Hey,
just
thanks.
that first week when I opened them up to put the Apogard in, I drop a gallon frame feeder in. It was just terrible. And went back last week to the Apogard, lifted the lid, they didn't even fly out. They were just kind of looking up at me. Whereas the first time they were just all over you as soon as you pop a lid on it. So I think they were in a dearth, and I think that something started to bloom. They're getting something, whether it's spotted lanternfly or something else.
Yeah, yeah.
They all got a gallon of sugar, but they were done with that in a week. And then I refilled them, and they didn't touch it after that. So I was dumping feeders today.
Well, I used to got a call from the inspector. Are you feeding? Yes. I just went through 40 gallons. Why? Well, they're over at the swim club across the road, in the trash can or whatever. And then I get a call. Everything's fine, and thanks for feeding them, and blah blah blah. I'm like, no, that's not what the problem was. I said the goldenrod started blooming, and they're like, oh, we got real stuff. We're not going to go over there to trash bins anymore. And that kind of stuff. And Dottie's got bad robbing, so how do you stop it? I don't know what feed, Bill, Joe.
Yeah, you need to put a feeders inside.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I would put I don't know, Dottie, quart jar sugar water on the
Yep.
inside.
Put it on
Inside
the inside.
with a medium box up on top, or
Yep.
deep, whatever you can use to cover that jar up, so it doesn't create robbing, and then them bees will have food coming in, and they'll be calming down some.
Yep.
I wouldn't put a top high feeder on, but I always just use a quart jar would be fine.
Yep. That'll get them through.
You can do a robbing screen, but I don't know. Just I've never, something I've never used a robbing screen. I've had some robbing where I put entrance reducers in, stuff like that. But it's been so hot and they've been bearding. I haven't put an entrance in. Did let them.
I was trying some pollen trapping, and at the end of the day, you'd have to dig through the beard to get to the pollen trap to pull it off on the front ones.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yep.
just hanging everywhere.
Yeah, DC's going to use frame beaters. Yeah, I don't have frame feeders. Never did. I never liked them because you always had to open up the hive. Whereas a jar, you could just pull it off, fill it up, put it back on.
Yep. We use the frame feeders on the honey production hives. The other hives are buckets on top of the migratory covers.
Yeah, at home I run the buckets, in the out yards I put the frame feeders in. no chance of them getting knocked off or blown off, or it just looks better not having them out there where people can see them more easily.
That's where mine, if you drive by the house, you can't see my bees because they're down in a bottom. So if you didn't know that I had bees, you would never even think to look.
Yeah, Dottie. I mean, you could put an entrance reducer in. I would reduce it down to,
Small entrance.
yeah, small entrance. I don't know, an inch or maybe 4 inches at the most. They can guard things better that way.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I just leave my entrance, unless I'm treating with like formic or something like that. Here lately, I've just been leaving the entrance reducers in, and it's a 4 inch entrance.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they get along just fine. And really, that's really natural for them to be about that size. You know, I think what Seeley said was an 1.25 inch hole, something like that was a ideal his right size entrance for a bee or a bee in a tree type of thing.
I guess the question is, you're trying to stop active robbing or prevent it from happening?
Yeah.
I don't know, Dottie, what are you doing? You got active robbing right now? I think she's got active robbing.
Yeah. I'd put a feeder inside and put a robbing screen on the front.
Well, she's got the feeder inside, I think.
Yeah, I'd even put some open feed out if there's room to do that and get them away from the colonies. I see stuff like that. I'll walk a 5-gallon bucket out in the yard.
She's trying to stop it. So you say put a 5-gallon bucket out in the yard?
I've done that when
that
they start
too.
getting like that. I'll close down the entrances, put on a couple of robbing screens if I have to, and just carry a 5-gallon bucket out 50, 60 yards. And I tore the sides off some bee packages with the screen and have those bent over the sides down into the bucket for them.
Yeah, I have a bucket where it's got that lip around there, and you drill you make sure you don't drill where the damn bail handles are because they'll leak.
No, it'll leak.
But drill a hole and then see, what was it? I drilled it low to the bottom of the little well, and that was wrong. I should be at more towards the top. Minnesota Mike tries to get the robbing screens on early. Anyway, on that bucket, you drill the hole towards the top of that little indentation in your bucket around the rim. That way the fluid, see, how is it? The fluid goes.
It works just like an upside down jar. When the fluid fills that little pocket and the bees suck it down, more fluid will run in it, but it will stop when the fluid equalizes.
Yeah, when it comes up to that hole.
Yeah.
And they'll be around the edge of that thing, or like Joe says, I guess put 1/8 inch hardware so they can walk down in it and suck the water, or you could buy that thing. I've seen them disc, them plastic, kind of a float for your buckets. They're supposed to be able to land on, and it's round. T entrance? What's a T entrance? Tunnel entrance? I don't know. What is it?
It goes inside the hive.
Oh, is that tunnel thing from over there? And
no, it looks like a T on the inside of the hive. It's a piece of wood, comes up, and it makes them either go left or right. And it slows them down so they can defend it. So you're going to get a messenger message, Charlie.
All right.
Hey, is my mic killing the background noise? We have a ton of crickets and cicadas going on out here.
I
You
don't
hearing
hear it.
those? Okay.
Nope.
You guys see that? I guess not. There we go. There's a man lake. It's a float. And then if you look that up, there's some other people that make them from three-dimensional or that image or what 3D printing for 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah, I tried some different foam and plastic and a couple different things. And the two easiest things are just a bunch of grass in the bucket or the screens down the side from the bee packages.
Did you get it?
Yeah, who sent me that? Who?
Brian sent that to me.
That's not
He's
fun.
playing with his AI again.
It's supposed to be all that stuff. Yeah, Brian Cooper could probably hook you on that as far as that 3D printing thing. Oh, there you go. Pool noodles work well. There you go. Sliced up pool noodles.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of information there for you, Dottie. Yeah. So anyway,
I got a question on treatments. Get everybody's opinion. How long
what's
after
that?
Apogard do you move on to something else?
I do Apricard. Well, this year I did it. By the end of July, I was done. I wanted those hives to have because I thought she would stop laying like she did last year, and I wanted them to produce a lot of brood. And I I wanted like a 6-week period of no treatments. So I usually treat with Formic Pro around either Labor Day weekend or the week or so after Labor Day. And the last couple years, usually it's the week after Labor Day that the temperatures, you'll get this 4 or 5 day window. It's about like 75 degrees with like low humidity. Or it's maybe 80 degrees, close to 80, but it feels like it's 70 degrees. And that's where I dropped 2 formic pads in and I'm good, because you put them in and you got like a 4-day window. After that, it's all the real hard off gassing is kind of ceased. And by the second week, you can do 14 days, but I've been in there like 10 out of the 14. And by that time, those strips are like kind of like dried up cardboard. I just go there and pull them out and then because I'm wanting to get to feeding by that time.
Yeah, I got all the stuff to make the Swedish sponges. I'm just trying to decide whether to do it now, wait a little bit, or not do it at all this fall and just vaporize later on.
I wouldn't vaporize now. You're wasting your time.
Yeah, not till I wasn't
No.
going to vaporize till I'd do that around Thanksgiving, but it's kind of thinking about doing the Swedish sponges from now till then.
I would go ahead with the sponges now. That's
Yeah.
more of a maintainer, I'll say.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Now, I forgot to ask you about that, Bill. I see where your things are healing and sort of
Yep.
back to normal a little bit.
Yep.
That's good. Starting to feel like your old self again, hopefully.
Yep. Starting to. I'm not as tired. Sleeping through the night now, whereas before I'd sleep 3 or 4 hours and wake up a couple hours and then try to get another hour and a half sleep before the alarm went off.
Why was that? Because of pain or something? Or
Nope. Just wake up,
hmm.
go to bed, and wake up 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and just lay there and look at the ceiling.
Now I get it to where sometimes, well, some here lately I've been back to taking some ibuprofen before I go to bed,
Yep.
and it gets me to sleep straight through without my arms or shoulders or lower back or something like that give me any problems.
Yeah.
There comes a traveling beekeeper.
There it is. Yeah, I was taking Percocet for a while, and I would take a Percocet thinking I would sleep through the night.
Yeah.
No, when I quit taking the Percocet, that's when I started sleeping through the night. It was waking me up.
We going to Louisiana, Philip?
Yeah, I'm in Louisiana now. Almost to Monroe. Yeah, that means I've got about an hour and a half left once it gets to Monroe.
So isn't Percocet pretty strong stuff? Bill?
What? Percocet?
In Percocet pretty strong
Oh, yeah.
pain medication?
Yep.
Painkiller, man.
Yep. And eventually you take so much of it, you can't sleep.
Yeah.
It's kind of just a little step below codeine, I think.
You need some of JW's gummies.
No, I don't need any JW's gummies.
It's a lot less addictive than OxyContin, though. So stay away from that stuff.
So they say.
Oh,
And then they told me to take Tylenol. Well, I could take a Tylenol PM and be just as wide awake the next morning, all night long. I took 2 of them one night, still didn't go to sleep.
have you tried that? What is that natural stuff? I forget what they call it.
Oh, the name of it starts with an M.
What is it?
It's a
Melatonin.
Melatonin, yeah.
melatonin. Yeah,
Right.
your body
did you-
produces melatonin. It helps you relax so you can go to sleep.
So what have you been doing, Philip, besides driving?
Oh, last time we talked, I guess it was last Friday. I can't remember, but maybe Monday. Sunday I pulled off. I did like a cleanup pull my crossroads, and I think I brought home like 7, 8 supers. They weren't full. I got 80 pounds off of them. And it's a little bit. It's not light like that first one. It's not like the mesquite, but it was the mesquite plus something else. Something else pretty darn dark. thing. You can see it in little spots around on the frame where it's real dark. And what was a little bit puzzling to me was, I mean, it's been crazy hot and crazy dry. There was some nectar just dripping out of the frame. So there was some really, it didn't come out wet when I extracted it because it was kind of a mixture of stuff. But even with the hot, dry weather, they're bringing in something. Not a whole lot. But I pulled off the supers, and then some of the frames didn't have any honey. Some had just like, if it had just that little spot, I didn't try to extract it. I just put it off to the side. And the bees did find it for robbing it out, but they weren't crazy. They weren't trying to rob each other. And what really blew my mind was I hadn't gotten any stings in a while, so I decided to do all this barehanded. I worked 16 colonies. All I did was pull the honey off and put a second deep on because they were all single deeps, and then I fed them. But I didn't get a single sting working 16 colonies, which I thought that was odd. So I went out the other day on my few little hives at my house, and one of them's huge. And one of them's kind of nasty, but it's small. And I said, you know what? It's hot. I'm not gonna wear anything but a veil. I had shorts and a t-shirt. And I was only dealing with 3 colonies and not doing very much. I was just putting some wet supers from my extraction on them. And I'll be darned if those suckers didn't sting me. I still hadn't gotten the sting. I may have to just start grabbing a bee and stinging myself. I don't know. I like to do that. I like it for it to be a surprise. But yeah, I've got 4 supers left on in the whole world, and I'm hoping that they're going to be full enough. The only reason I hadn't pulled them yet is one of them had some brood in it, so I'm kind of waiting for that to hatch out. And but I'm hoping I can get 75 more pounds because that'll give me the 600, and that just sounds like a better number than 580 or 590.
Yeah.
It's a down year, but it's not near as down as I thought it was going to be.
Well, that seems to be the pattern. Most people, they were all expecting pretty bad honey crops, but not quite as bad as what they thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it helps, I guess, to lower your expectations, right? I'm sure had mine lowered for sure. But I've got to get, after I get that done, I'm going to get feeding pretty hard. Not feeding, drinking pretty hard. And feeding and treating. I did feed all the colonies, the last ones I took the honey off of, or honey supers off of.
Yeah, Brian from Castle Highs, he got 634 pounds. 66.
Oh, now I want a little bit more so I can tie Brian.
Well, he needs 66 more pounds to make 700. So,
one thing is, Brian did his on like 15 colonies, and I did mine on 60.
yeah, different world out there.
Hey, Bill, I make my hot honey with ghost peppers.
Yeah. Tell me how you do it.
I use dried ghost pepper, and then they go in the heated creamer.
Yeah.
With the honey, and 2.5 hours later, I have hot honey.
So you're putting them in creamed honey.
No, in liquid. I put liquid in the creamer. I have the heated creamer, so I throw the liquid in there, run it up. I think it's about 115, 120 degrees. And then throw the dehydrated ghost peppers in. It started on the 15-minute cycle every hour. Takes about 2.5 hours for hot, and I leave it in for 4 hours for extra hot. And just drain it out and strain the peppers back out.
So how many ounces of pepper do you put in it?
And you're going to ask me that, and I'd have to go look at the notebook, but it's so many grams per pound.
Yeah. Okay. So you're using the dried. All right.
Yep. You got to wear a gas mask for everything.
Oh yeah, and gloves and goggles. Yep.
I've got the full face gas mask for the OA, so that's what I use. right down to when you're washing the strainers out at the end, you have to wear it for that
Yeah.
to wash the honey off the peppers to
Yep.
dump them. I've learned incrementally. Every time I do it, I gas myself a different way and learn to wear the gas mask for another step.
Yeah, so I'm considering a bottling tank, a heated bottling tank, running it up to about 110 to 120. That way I don't have to keep stirring it. It should heat itself.
Do you have the heat? You have a heated creamer though?
No, I don't have a heated creamer.
Oh, I thought you had one on your site. I thought you had one.
No, well, I've got them for sale.
Yeah.
If I want to pay for it, I'll have a heated creamer.
So that
But-
takes the stirring out, and like I said, it takes me like 2.5 hours to make a batch doing it that way. It mixes a couple times. It gets, just because that dried pepper will float on the top, and the mixing action just gets it mixed down through. And
And
really,
it doesn't turn it to creamed honey?
no, because I turn the water jacket on. I have it heated to like 120 at the same time.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
I see Flower Street Brian's question.
Has anybody ever made cream spotted lanternfly honey? I don't know, Brian. I know I haven't.
I think I did a couple years ago because I made some with some fall honey that was pretty dark.
Yeah.
I may have. I'm gonna check this year out. The boxes I have on now, if they get spotted lanternfly, I'm gonna get it tested to see if they are or not. Then
You
I'll
know,
make some.
this year, last year, I mean, everywhere you turned, you were either stepping on, or one was landing on you, or you were, you could see them flying through the air, or see them on the side of the house. This year, I've only seen maybe 3 or 4 lanternflies. And granted, that's too many, but that just proves that they're moving out of the area and moving somewhere else.
Either that or they're dying off.
One of the two.
When I first started the hot honey, I did it I got a 5,000 milliliter beaker. And I put it in a sous vide and heated it that way. And then I'd mixed it anytime I'd walk past it in the kitchen, I'd stop and mix it. That took about 2 days, and the heated creamer does it in 2 hours, just for that 15-minute current stirring cycle. So yeah, you could do it in the heated creamer or the heated bottling tank. You just have to get in there with a big spoon or ladle and stir it
So
up a couple times an hour.
When you buy the peppers, are you buying them already dried, or are you drying them
I've done both. I've bought them dried and I've grown my own and dried them.
in a dehydrator?
Yeah, dehydrator dries them down enough. I did buy flakes one time.
Yeah.
And they were just so fine powder wise that they were terrible to get them filtered back out. So I just do whole, and then when I go to put them in, because I'm doing by weight of the pepper, and that's how I know how to do them. And when I first started doing it, I did 20 peppers. So what I did is I weighed those 20 peppers, got an average, now I know the grams. And when I put them in, then I just break them with my fingers.
To how many pounds or gallons of honey?
It depends. I'll find the numbers and send them to you.
All right.
They're in a notebook down in the garage. If I tell you right now, I'd just be making stuff up. So, but I know.
Okay.
I just know I started with 10 pounds, so I extrapolated up from there. When I do 50 or 60 pounds, and I just put more in. And as I weigh them all out, and as I'm putting the peppers into the creamer, I just crush them with my fingers, and that breaks them, opens them up, gets the seeds out, and mixes everything in that way. Then,
Yeah,
rather
because
than the flakes.
I've got a stainless steel 20-quart pot.
Mhm.
And I was going to buy a burner to do this outside. So, I mean, I've got a gas burner I could use, but I don't want to overheat the honey. And that's a good way.
It's hard to control the heat with that gas burner.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, just do the heated bottling tank, and then you have your temperature set, and you can just stir it, and you just keep testing it, and it might take you a couple hours, might take you a day.
So you're putting in whole peppers, Joe, or
They're dehydrated, so they break. When I go to put them in, then I just crush them with my hand.
and then what do you have to do? Filter honey out?
Yeah, you run them out the spout and through the metal strainers, just like you do with the extractor, and then they all stick in that, and that strains it back out. And I'll run it down through. I take it through like the plastic, like 600 or 200 microns, because I want it really clear when I'm done with it. So I try to get all the pepper pieces back out.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking for your recipe is because, like Brian said, he said guess and check. If I did that, my wife would shoot me.
Well, if you let it in too long, then you just label it as extra hot.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just talking about the mixture to get it started. That's what I need. So I've got a dehydrator, so I could dehydrate the peppers I've got.
Yeah, you just I throw like a little slit in the side of the pepper, and then when I dehydrate them, I put them out in the main garage, so it's got a much larger area.
Yeah. Okay.
I use dried pepper so I don't have to refrigerate it when it's done. It doesn't increase the water content at all, rather than using fresh peppers and worrying about the water percentage.
Yeah. So I've got ghost peppers coming in by the dozens a day. If it's too hot, add more honey.
You can do that. I was selling it to a restaurant, and the chef kept asking for it hotter. Can you make it hotter? Can you make it hotter? I was like, yeah, I'll just leave it in longer. We got to the point where, I mean, just like a drop on your tongue would light your whole mouth up.
That's probably what he wanted.
Yeah. He was using other sauces, so it made it easier for him to.
Yeah.
Got all the sweet with just a little bit of honey.
Use the pepper sauce. Sweet pepper sauce.
Yeah.
Has anybody on the panel or in the chat done tincture, propolis tincture?
No, not me.
That's on this year's to-do list.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some this year, but what I wanted to do was figure out a way to make it and sell it. But when I started looking up the law, the Texas law, you got to make it in. It's even more stringent than a commercial kitchen. It's almost like a lab to make it in. It's not illegal, and you don't have to deal with the TABC, the alcohol place, but you can sell it as a health food product, but
we
still
need
have
to
to make
it.
You can't sell it under cottage tree law.
Get a hold of what's her name? Hey, Kaylee's book on.
I watched a couple of her videos on it, but she's basically instructing people on how to just make it for personal use, not for selling. I don't know. But she's probably got the right facility to make it and sell it. And one of the reasons I want to sell it is because the company I buy my bottles from, they accidentally sent me like 20 or 30 bottle cases of these 2 ounce. They're called Boston Rounds. It's basically what you see all kind of medicines in, and then they're amber. It's the perfect jar for it, except probably better if I had 1 ounce, but these are 2 ounce. I still have to buy either droppers or caps or sprays or whatever, but that's pretty easy. They're like, that stuff costs like 15 to 25 cents a piece. But I got all those ready to go. All I have to do is buy labels and caps for them. But I don't want to get sideways with the law either.
Now, Country Road, you say you make ghost pipe tinctures? What's that? Marijuana?
There's a way to make the non-alcoholic, which they say it's a lot easier to get away with, is using vegetable glycerin, but it's a lot harder to make.
Okay, Jacob. Got mushrooms.
The glyceride.
Hey, David. Why would you want a hot honey anyway? I mean,
That's the thing now. Is hot honey.
I think it's really good on like chicken and stuff like that.
Yeah, chicken, ribs,
pizza,
beef tips.
People do the pizza. Yeah. I do fried fish, deep fried fish.
Mark said wings. Yeah, it's real. I got people here that buy hot honey from me, that use it to cook with. That's all they use it for.
Yeah, Keith Barnhill, when he came down to see me, he brought me a bottle of his hot honey. It's really good.
Yeah. And Eric says people put it on pizza too.
Yeah, that Brian, he's a hot honey man.
Yeah. And I think his wife makes has an apothecary. She makes tinctures.
Yeah. Midwife Grammy Lisa, she makes tincture because
Yep.
she gave me a bottle of it. My daughter stole it from her.
Yep.
I didn't get to try it.
What was it supposed to cure?
She used it for a sore throat. Sprayed it on her throat. It's really good for any kind of irritation in your mouth or mouth sores or ulcers or sore throat, anything. It makes a coating. Man. And it's also, they say it's good for just digestion and everything. You can mix it in. If you use it in a dropper, you can just put it in like yogurt or a shake or anything. You can put it in your honey that you might take every day. Put an extra dropper full of that in your honey that you eat. It's be really good for you.
I got a fifth of that Everclear, Keith.
Kind of supercharges your honey.
Yeah, we have to go to Maryland to get the good Everclear.
No,
I
you
think
can't go
I
to
can't
Maryland
get it
because
in Virginia.
they're not allowed to sell it.
And when I go, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I had to get a friend of mine to go to Delaware to get it.
If you look it up online, they sell it for about $15 to $20 an ounce. It's expensive.
Yeah, but see, in Virginia, you can make Everclear. Not saying it's taxed, but you can make it.
But yeah, you can make it for personal use in Texas. Not have to worry about it.
You can make it for personal use in Virginia too.
But to make it to sell, there's a lot. They're basically in Texas. They refer you back to the federal laws, which is the FDA, and there's pretty tough requirements on it. Then it's really more labeling and the facility you process it in. That's the real thing they lean on. They're not. The FDA is not ever going to get around to come inspecting your little shop, probably, but you better be ready if they do.
Yeah, and like Todd says, Everclear causes cancer in California.
Heck, the bottle you put it in causes cancer in California. But Charlie, I didn't get a chance to take my bees out west and steal Jeremy's honey.
You
Did you
didn't.
You
No.
didn't go out there to get some of that there cotton honey?
I was down to I didn't even have my son. My son did his job schedule change, so he couldn't help me. So I didn't want to have to pick up those hives up on myself. And even if I was going to go down and steal Jeremy's boxes, I'd still need help to do that.
You need to hook up with Jeremy out there, and you ought to you guys ought to beekeep together and truck it out there where you can get some serious honey.
Yeah, well, maybe if I could use him as muscle, because that guy's a big, strong buck, young buck. He'd look at me like, dude, oh man, you can't keep up. But my friend, what really talked me out of it, my friend sent me a text and said the honey out there never did bloom, and it burned up, and they were actually plowing most of it under because it was a failed trial. It's not irrigated.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find somewhere closer. I saw a cotton field on my way home from the farm last time I went. I need to figure out who owns that.
You better make sure it's the right kind of cotton.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Make sure it's the old style cotton.
Yeah.
It looked like it was pretty short, so I think it was the right kind. Most of that short stuff is what you're looking for. And it was blooming like crazy back then, but I need to just get a year out ahead and ask if they're going to plant it again. I hope when I go back by there, it's covered with cotton. That'll encourage them to do it again.
Hey, Joey.
If you can get the cotton to set the bowl, you don't even want it to rain on it anymore. It does better, but it's like okra. It's kind of cousin to okra. It does better once it's ready to go.
Yep.
But till then, it does need some rain.
What's the difference? The GMO cotton doesn't produce nectar. The old style cotton does.
Just like soybeans, same
Yeah,
thing.
just like soybean. If the soybean's got a white bloom on it, there's no nectar. If it's a blue bloom, it's got nectar. You got sang down there where you are, Country Roads?
What's he talking about?
You don't know what sang is?
Sang? No.
It's a root.
Ginseng.
Yeah,
Oh,
ginseng.
ginseng. Okay.
It's a root.
So what's
They
the
call
big,
it
what do they use? Isn't that a spice or something?
Yeah, ginseng. Yeah.
It's
It's also an
medicinal.
aphrodisiac.
I think they use it for anesthesia
Yeah.
to knock you out.
If you eat enough of it, or if you get enough of it.
Back in the day, that's what they used for surgeries and stuff too.
Yep. Yeah, Country
It's
Roads, it's medicinal.
super
The
expensive.
Chinese buy almost all of it. It's big business.
Yeah, because I've seen it on certain people's where they'll be hunting it in the mountains and they'll
Yep,
find a
that's
stash.
Burke Rose
They'll
in the
find a
mountains.
stash of it, and they
Yeah,
won't say nothing to nobody.
right. And if you can't get it out of the national park or state park either. You can't
I
get it
I
there.
can remember when I was a kid walking through the woods with my mom, and she would point out the ginseng plant. Now, the thing is, even though you see a lot of ginseng growing in the woods, that don't mean it's got a good root system yet. 'Cause it takes years for that to make a good sized root, because it's kind of a tuber that builds up over time. And once somebody gets a good patch of it, they'll protect it.
Yeah,
You don't want to be walking around digging up somebody's ginseng. You'll get your ass shot.
Hey, Granado, honey.
Yeah, Uncle Junior, you missed the conversation on that.
Yeah, you missed the conversation at the beginning. Yeah. Yeah. Is blue curl related to lavender?
Uncle Junior, all I can tell you is I'll be putting Super DFM on my hives tomorrow. I also use the bee bites. The P802 is for the pesticide
Pesticides.
or insecticide, whatever. If your bees are around that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. We were waiting on you to strike up the conversation.
But yeah, I mean, I know you're up there in New Jersey, Uncle Junior, and you got plenty of chemicals up there.
Mm-hmm.
So you might need that. Personally, for me, I don't.
Yeah. We use it here.
Yeah. So Kevin, what's happening in your neck of the woods there with your operation? Obviously, you're probably all out of California by now, and I know you were shipping some bees down in Mississippi area.
Kevin's got to be all over the country with as many bees as he had. And he's in 10 states at least, all year long. Except in February and March. It's all in one state then, I bet. I bet Kevin has a logistics company as much as he does a bee operation.
Well, what's a boxy? Boxy
Bixby.
Bixby? Huh?
Bixby.
Bixby.
Bixby. Bixby. What are they spraying, Uncle Junior?
They're probably spraying for mosquitoes.
Probably.
If he's around the water areas, they do that. Or I get those notifications myself.
Yeah. Mosquito poison. Yeah, you better treat them before. Give them a good dose before they spray, and a couple of good doses after they spray.
South Dakota, Nebraska.
And cover them with a wet sheet.
What does that mean? When Louisiana wouldn't California?
Not sure.
I don't know.
He's got 2 operations in South Dakota. The number one is what he's probably supposed to say. He's probably talking in Nebraska, and when Louisiana won't. If he's not in Louisiana, he's in California. Got them all over the place.
They've got 5 going. California wants Louisiana. I understand what that means.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was wondering if Kevin has bees down around Cheneyville, Louisiana. My brother sees lots of hives staged off the side of the road right before California leaves.
I think that's where Kevin's operation. They do a lot of requeening down there in Louisiana, or at least when they come out of California, I believe.
It'd be good for me to tell my brother whose bees those are. He sees them every year out there. I forget what highway that is.
So Kevin pollinates in California?
Oh my gosh.
Kevin's
got like 70 or 80,000 hives, I think. Something like that. It's a lot.
Kevin's out there and doing the almonds. He had 15. Yeah. He's the one that had 15 tractor and trailer loads out in California.
So, Kevin, what are you hearing this year for the price per hive on almonds?
For next year?
For next spring.
I don't know. In Philip, I think Kevin's got 175,000 hives.
What?
Yeah. That's what he told me. That's what Kevin said here a couple months ago. He had 175,000.
I know there was a video out like 2 years ago with like said like 80,000 plus or something. I didn't know he had expanded that much.
Well,
All it takes is one good season of almonds. You can do that. You double your count.
Yeah, when Ian was on here, I think we were talking at about 175,000 hives, something like that.
My brain don't go there that big or 70 or 80.
Todd says $175 a colony for 27.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's what we're hearing, because last year it was higher than that, and they wanted to bring the prices down.
I think what DC said. He's going to California. He must be going with Harris.
I think DC's working for somebody out there. Is going to work for somebody. It's going to do almonds or something.
I don't know what it is, Junior, but I've heard a couple of rumors that the European almond groves are now producing.
See there, Kevin says 140,000 hives.
Yeah.
There you go.
So Kevin, Bill wanted to know about the price on almonds for next year. Have you heard anything as far as the price per hives?
We're trying to figure out if it's even worth going. Or
Yeah,
doing something else with them.
They want to send bees out, seeing whether or not whether it's paying enough.
The beekeeper pays for the trucking, Mark.
Yeah, the beekeeper pays that for sure.
And if fuel prices don't come down, it's going to be too expensive to send them, because you're not going to make any money.
Well, they might.
There are almonds that are self-pollinating, yes.
I heard that too, but I also heard that those don't do as well.
No, they don't. They don't produce as well, because it's dependent upon the wind and everything else. And it just sometimes they don't do as well.
You heard it right, Brian.
Give or take 5,000, Brian.
Yeah. Give or take a few.
Hashtag Brian 140K.
$165 to $180. That's a possibility.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to a broker out there the other day, Kevin. He said 150.
Just think, 2 years ago when they had the big die off, they were saying it's going to be like 225 or 230. That's all in the family.
Well, Kevin's saying that Florida beekeepers will they got the best bees, but do they? I mean, I thought they were more Africanized and everything else. Of course, that's commercial guys too.
Yeah, they don't care about that for almonds. That don't matter.
As long as you can make grade, they don't care where they're coming from.
Well, you got that. You don't really have the winter, so they can build them up good and strong.
Yeah, they have some strong hives down there. Yes.
But I mean, you don't have any winter, so those bees are going to constantly build up, or you can get them, push them to build up. That way, you got hives that'll make grade when you're going to Cali
Yeah.
and all that.
I bet it costs them a lot more to get those Florida bees to California than it does Texas.
Hey, Jeremy, I'm going to have to call up, email Michael. I want to get that new tip for my B-Tech smoker there. I like the idea of that.
So I had a quote the other day, Philip, for transportation to California from Georgia.
Uh-huh.
One way, $30,000.
What?
Yep.
Wow, I thought it was like 5. That's great.
The problem of it is, would the truck be allowed to go into the in country?
No, they have to stop at the California line, and then either drop the bees or drop the trailer, and then a truck out of California picks them up and takes them to the grading yard, and then takes them to the orchard. But most of that's fuel cost.
How many can you get on a truck? About 420, 450?
438. Yeah, that's right, Kevin. That is a good deal if you're already there. But
I would imagine an outfit like Kevin already has his own trucks,
Maybe.
drivers.
yeah, if you got a truck that you can get into the state with, it's because it's got to pass California emissions. That's the issue. And most of the truckers that run the rest of the United States don't want to do the work to get their truck California compliant. And it's easier to have somebody come meet you at the line and pick your trailer up and take them in.
Yeah, Uncle Junior, what they're talking about is not the truck. They're talking about the bees.
Yeah.
And the pallets. They got to be clean.
Yeah, the pallets have to be spotless.
No fire ants and things like that.
Yeah, no bugs, no spider webs, no cobwebs, no spider eggs, no nothing.
Yeah, Todd isn't California compliant.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. That's right. It's the kid on the bicycle shoving the stick in the spokes of the guy next to him, or in the motorcycle next to him. That's what it is. Yeah, California gets you going and coming.
Hey, look at Granny. Got her new toy.
Well, anything else we want to talk about?
I don't know what's going on.
Huh?
I don't know what's going on. But
No,
everybody's
it's not.
reading about what's going on in those people's yards.
Not much going on, that's for sure.
DC,
Gotta
if
get-
you found a licensed heated clarifying tank for $500, you better buy it.
I know I need to get busy building my little gift baskets. I'm gonna be honest soon.
I just sold a bunch of those empty the other day.
I just bought a smaller jar so I can make them up.
It's only 6:30 where Todd is. I don't know, Todd, are you getting ready to go eat?
You got to go feed Tommy.
I'd like to do the clarifier pump setup, but until I finish more of the garage, I just don't have room for it.
Yeah.
The area's finished is only 12 by 13, so it's really tight for extraction.
Oh yeah.
Well,
He
it's
says
12
he's
by
eating now.
13.
What's for dinner?
Yeah, Joe. I mean, it's like myself. If you don't have enough, if you don't have a dedicated, to me, it's like Mike Berry down there that's got a honey house. If you don't have a dedicated place like that to where you got your extractor, your uncapping machine, and clarifier and pumps and stuff like that, and put your drum, pumping your honey into a drum or whatever, you got to have a dedicated room for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
That's why I don't even have an uncapping tank because it'd be in the way all year.
Yeah, but you're trying to uncap stuff in the middle of your living room.
Exactly. I mean, where to store it. I'd have one of those little tables like you have, Charlie, that goes up and down too. But that'd just be something else to be in the way the rest of the year.
And the biggest problem I see is you got some little itty bitty extractor there that, like, goodness gracious. Of course,
Hey,
you don't
you
get
think
any
that-
honey anyway.
You think that's itty bitty? I literally, a couple of my pools, I extracted with my hand crank, my three frame tangential. I just
No.
brought
Oh,
stuff in the
God.
house,
I have never owned a hand crank extractor.
set
I've
it
never.
down there, and cranked it out. Got it
I
all
had a
done within like
9-frame.
a few hours.
Nah, forget
Yeah.
that. That's
I had
so
a
much-
9-frame hand crank extractor.
I
Nah.
did that because I could get it done with a lot less mess. I had to set a bunch of crap up. So
Nope. I've always had electric.
I'm gonna do it again on my last pool with just 4 supers. Set it up right there in my dining room and crank it out.
I don't know, Jeremy, about spall splits. I mean, around kind of depends on where you're located at. You're out there in Texas. You got a lot more, I guess, more warmth out there, longer season.
Did Jeremy say he's doing splits? What's it say there? All splits. And Jeremy, you buying in queens for those? That's right. You're buying in those Hawaiian queens or California queens. Paying them down a little bit. I heard you say that in your video. I'm just right there. I think I am gonna pull the trigger and see if I can get something from Hawaii in mid-September. Just take a chance. If they're not properly mated, so be it. I'll learn my lesson.
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy. I mean, out there where you're, Phil, you're out there from Texas, where Jeremy's at, and
My bees aren't as hot as his though.
winter don't come until what?
Oh yeah, my
November,
winter.
December.
The only thing that I'm hesitant about, Charlie, is the time of year that I'm buying queens is at the time of year in Hawaii where they're not a whole lot of drones. So I'm not really getting a good quality product at that point. But if I try to do this early, I like Jeremy, if he's doing it right now, well, Jeremy, they've got the cotton flow. We don't have a flow. You know, those nits will get robbed out this time of year. For me, anyway. So I don't want to make a bunch of splits that are just gonna get robbed out.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to wait till September 15th, because we'll be in a little bit of a fall flow.
See, now Jeremy feeds out there in Texas until January. We're not. That's you don't have no winter out there. It seems like to me then, if you're feeding that late.
Well, if you wait until October, November, they'll be sending all those queens to the people that are getting ready for almonds that are in Florida and South Georgia,
If
South Texas, and all those places.
Yeah, winter sets in on the third Sunday in January. So, what kind of temperature you guys got out there? What's it, 50 degrees?
At my house, it could be 70, or it could be 20. It's just, you never know.
Yeah.
It's more likely to be 70 than 20, though. The average temperature that time of year is about 50. The high. It's probably low in the mid to upper 30s and highs in the 50s, 50, 55.
And now, Russell, was your splits, I guess, in the same area where your big hives were? I'm just wondering whether you were feeding them sugar water and everybody else smelled it. Yes. I had that same problem. That's where I got Pro Sweet when I'm trying to make queens or having mating boxes and things like that. I'll put Pro Sweet on. They can't smell that. And you can have those small hives like that right in the same area and they won't get robbed out. But if you put a jar of like 1-to-1 on there or something like that, forget it. That's a death sentence for those hives.
Yeah, I think if I do it, I might order another 20 of those internal feeders from Ilka.
So what's Todd eating? Some Sawmill lettuce?
He's eating. He stopped for Chipotle.
Yeah, didn't they have some kind of a problem?
Yeah, that's that virus or whatever it is.
Well, they all buy that darn crap from over Mexico.
Yep.
You can't buy the stuff from California,
Right.
where it's cancer free.
Yep.
So, all right, Kevin. Good to see you, Kevin. Thanks for stopping by. Hoping we didn't bore you too much.
I'm a long way from Walmart, Todd. I just passed through Monroe, Louisiana. There was one there, but that's the last one for a long
time. Did you read Brian's comment?
Brian's?
Yeah, Flower Street. He said 1 year they hit an ice storm in January driving home from New Orleans. Only one thing more dangerous than black ice was the Texans driving on black ice.
Right about that. Yeah, he had to head out a little bit early to try to get out ahead of that stuff, I think. I remember that.
Charlie, you have to let me know if your son's going to come down and get that bale bearing.
I doubt it. I don't know whether that's a lot of. I guess at 170,000 bales. I don't know whether that's a lot of bales or not. The thing of it is, I can tell you one thing right now. That bale bearing, yeah, that sounds like a lot for a bale bearing, but there ain't no really. You can't wear out a bale bearing, as far as I'm concerned.
That's nothing.
You know, as far as because it's all hydraulic. Now you can, you might have a hydraulic cylinder or something here or there, but
I mean, that might be why they got it open, doing something with hydraulics or something. But
well, that front part there was where the plunger is on that baler,
yeah,
and that's right where the what do you call it, the
needles.
shear pin is.
Yeah,
That's where the shear pin is. Because I see looks like a toolbox or something laying up on the twine box. Or is that on a Facebook or something?
yeah. Facebook Marketplace.
So, anybody else coming in tonight? Well, it's about 10 minutes to 10. I'm going to go ahead and shut the chat down for the night. Hopefully everybody had fun and all that. So we will see you next Monday night on Bill's channel. Joey might have his show, I guess, tomorrow night, possibly. Yeah. And all that. Dottie. Good to see you. Festin Flowers.
Oh, I hate honey straws.
Huh?
I hate honey straws. That's the worst part of beekeeping.
You're better off just going ahead and buying them. It ain't worth making them. It ain't worth having those straw filling machines or anything like that.
I just have a squeeze bottle and a sealer.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and shut the chat down. Thank you all, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.